Hello, this is Mr. Daniels, and we are reading Freak the Mighty Chapter 9, Life is Dangerous. And before we get started reading the chapter, we do have a special guest with us today. That special guest is actually Freak from Freak the Mighty, Kevin. Hey, how are you?
Why, hello there, Mr. Daniels. How are you today?
I'm doing lovely, and I see that you are decked out in your full King Arthur gear today, correct? Yeah.
Why, yes, I am decked in my King Arthur gear because King Arthur is my favorite hero of all time. He is certainly not a cretin like that no-good Blade character, and quite frankly, I love King Arthur.
It's fantastic. I hear that you are about ready to take Max on his first quest in Chapter 9.
Ah, that is right. Mr. Daniels, I am taking Max on his first quest because he needs to get out of that house. The big goon is always stuck down there and is down under, and he needs to get out.
Well, without further ado, would you mind if I actually read Chapter 9 to the online listeners right now?
I certainly do not have any problem with that. Proceed, Mr. Daniels.
Thank you, Freak. Let's go ahead and get started. Life is Dangerous, Chapter 9. So out we go. It's a habit by now. Freak riding high on my shoulders and using his little feet to steer me if I forget where we're going. Not that we always know. Freak likes to make things up as he goes along. You just think we're walking down this ordinary sidewalk, and really, you're crossing this dangerous bridge, the kind that made of vines that hang up high over the deep canyon. And when Freak makes it up, he seems so real. You're afraid to look down and you'll get dizzy or fall off the sidewalk.
Don't ever look down, he says. Just keep your eyes closed.
And then he puts his hands over my eyes and tells me to keep walking straight.
1 foot, he says. Now the next.
I'm fighting to keep my balance and his hands are making me dizzy.
1 more step, Freak says. Steady, steady. Now lift your hoof. I mean your foot. There, we made it.
And his hands as he takes his hands this way, I can see we've crossed the street.
Go east, he says.
And when I go to the end of the block,
that way, mighty steed, yonder lies the east.
I go, how do you know which way is east? And then something is glinting in my eye, and Freak is showing me this little compass. The official Cub Scout compass.
Oh, that's a clever disguise, so you don't know how valuable it is, he says. This is actually a rare and valuable artifact passed down from generations. Lancelot used it, and so did Sir Gawain, and for a time the Black Knight kept it on a chain next to his heart.
I go, so the Black Knight was a Cub Scout, huh? And Freak laughs and says, that way, we go to the east on a secret mission. We walk for miles, way beyond the pond and the playground and the school, and for a while we're going through this really ritzy neighborhood with big white houses, blue swimming pools. Freak keeps saying stuff like, that's the castle of Arvis, and yonder lies the bloated moat. And we go under trees, he'll say, proceed with caution, or all clear, depending on how low the branches come down. We must be east, I say. Have we got to yonder yet? Because my stupid feet are getting sore. But Freak pats me on the head and says, yonder lies over the next horizon. You could look it up, but if you don't believe me. Oh, I believe you. On and on, block after block, through all these neighborhoods that Freak says are really secret kingdoms. I'll bet we've gone 10 miles at least, because my legs think it's 100. And even as light as Freak is, he's starting to feel heavy. We're almost there, he says. Turn at the end of the block. Where is it we're going? You'll see, he says, and you will be amazed. Ahead, there's this busy intersection of cars whizzing by, and it all seems sort of familiar. Can we stop for a Coke? I say. Grim gave me $1, big deal, but we can split it. Freak goes, then that shall be your reward, faithful steed, tinted sucrose on the bubbles of air. Onward, onward to the fortress. Turns out the fortress looks like a part of a hospital, which it is. The regular hospital's around front, and there's a new building added out back. Medical research, it says over the front door. And I know because I made Freak spell it out. Does that mean they do experiments and stuff? Freak says, indeed they do. Well, what kind of experiments, I ask? Can you keep a secret? He says.
Do you swear on your honor?
Well, sure, on my honor. Freak is really excited. He's shifting around on my shoulders so much I'm afraid he'll fall off.
That's not good enough, he says. You need to swear by blood.
You mean like cut myself? Well, no, he says, and you can tell he's thinking about it real hard. Actual incision is not necessary. Just the same thing if you just, spit in your hand.
Huh?
Saliva is like blood without the red, he says.
Do as I say. Spit in your hand.
So I spit in my hand, just a little drop, but Freak says it doesn't matter how much, just a single molecule would work, because it's the principle of the thing.
Now put your hand over your heart, he says.
I put my hand over my heart.
Now swear on your heart that the data you are about to receive will be divulged to no one.
I swear. Freak bends down, and he's got his hand cupped around my ear, and he's whispering, Inside the research building is a secret laboratory called the Experimental Bionics Unit. This unit's mission is to develop a new form of bionic robot for human modification. What's that? I say.
Shh! Speak of this to no one!
But at future time as yet to be determined, I will enter the lab and become the first bionically improved human. I still don't know what that means, I say. Bionics, and please don't make me look up in the stupid dictionary. Bionics, Freak says, that's the science in designing replacement parts of the human body. You mean like mechanical arms and legs? That's ancient history, Freak says. The bionics unit is building a whole new body just my size. Yeah? Well, what'll it look like, a robot? A human robot, Freak says. Also, it will look a lot more like me, only enlarged and improved. Yeah, right, I say. Let's go home. My feet are tired. Freak tugs hard at my hair. True, he says, with his voice getting high and excited. I've been in there in this special unit. I have to go every few months for tests. They're taking my measurements, analyze my blood, metabolic rates. They've monitored my cardiac rhythms and respiratory functions. I have already been x-rayed, CAT scan, sonogram. They're fitting me for a bionic transplant. I'm going to be the first. I can tell he really means it. This isn't a pretend quest. Or making houses into castles or swimming pools into moats. This is why we've come here, so Freak could show me where he's been. The place is important to him. I understand this much, even if I don't understand about bionics or what it means to be a human robot. Well, will it hurt, I ask? Getting your parts replaced? Freak doesn't answer for a while until he says in a stern, smart voice, well, sure it will hurt, but so what? Pain is just a state of mind. You can think your way out of anything, even pain. I'm pretty worried about the whole deal, and I go, but why would you want to be the first? Can't someone else be first? Isn't it dangerous? Oh, life is dangerous, Freak says. You can tell he's thought about this a lot. After a while, he kicks me with his little feet and he says, home! Hey, let's have a post-interview here with Freak, who's actually still with us right now. Freak, holy smokes, you getting a whole new body. This is true. I don't know if I believe you or not.
Believe me! You need to believe me! I am going to this bionics unit to get a new body.
Let's just speak about this for a quick second. I still don't believe you. Your imagination is about the size of the state of Texas, and for some reason, I just have a feeling you're pulling my leg.
Pulling my leg? Pulling your leg? I am not pulling your leg. First of all, that is an idiom. Pulling your leg. I'm not actually pulling on it, but if you want me to pull on your leg, I will.
Freak, actually, get away from my leg. Stop. Freak, stop pulling on my leg. You're... Ow! Okay, get back up here. All right.
Yes.
Truth to be told, are you really getting a new body?
Yes, I'm getting a new body.
Do you believe it? I don't know. Okay, first of all, just get out of here, Freak. Go home.
I can't go home.
Why?
Well, the Fairgwin's not ready for dinner yet.
Well, I'm telling you, Fairgwin is ready for dinner. Get the heck out of here, all right? I got to finish this up.
Okay, if you say so. Bye-bye, everyone.
Okay, I'm feeling a little bit better right now. My leg is feeling better as well. I personally don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think Freak indeed is getting a new body, or do you think this is just Freak's imagination going crazy? I truly don't know. I'll leave that up for you to decide. And by the way, Chapter 9 here, we're going to go ahead and give you I certainly appreciate your time. You have spent 10 minutes and 19 seconds, 20 seconds, 21 seconds, yes, listening to my voice online. That's precious time to reward you. If you come into class the next day and say this code word, I will give you, what will I give you? How about I will give you a free Ohana pass off my desk and a high five or a fist bump or a chest bump or whatever you want. But it's going to be your reward for listening to this chapter. The code word for Chapter 9, you will have to say the following phrase. I would like you to say, Mr. Daniels' bald head is shiny. That's what you have to say. Mr. Daniels' bald head is shiny. Okay? Go ahead, say those keywords to me, mention Chapter 9. Hey, I'll give you a free Ohana pass. God bless, guys. Have a great night.